Oh hey, what's up, Fiend? So this is the cartoon feed. So this week I wanted to do a little something different. I want to give a chance to you, the fans, the comments, and all the suggestions that you've been giving me. I'm going to do my very first viewer's choice review. So I'm going to have time for probably 2 or 3 depending on how long I take. So let's get right into it. Let's see here. John4TV writes, can you do a review on a cartoon called All Dogs Go to Heaven the series? Nice job on the first episode of Cartoon News and the second one too. Alright John, thanks. I know you've been a subscriber and you've been sending me emails and comments about this series for a long time. I appreciate you giving the views and subscribing to the show. So I'm going to give you first dibs on the first viewer choice review. I'm going to do All Dogs Go to Heaven, so let's check it out. So like me, I'm sure some of you have been wondering, there was a series? Yeah, there was a series. They had 2 movies, All Dogs Go to Heaven 1, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. And so in the timeline of the movies, the series takes place after the second movie. Has the same cast of characters. It's got Charlie, Itchy, the villain, Carface. You got Sasha's in there. Although Burt Reynolds doesn't do the voice of Charlie in the cartoon like he did in the movie, as most cartoons adapted for movies don't. They don't have the main actors, but it was still pretty good. One thing the hardcore fans might notice about the show that's a little different from the movie is like the whole like heaven and hell and like being dead and that kind of thing plays no part in the show. It has a lot to do with just like the characters. It's all about the characters and just like their misadventures. Like I know Carface was banished to hell in the second movie. Like Charlie's supposed to be like an angel, comes down to heaven, you know, helps people out, has a spot in heaven. So that part really never plays a whole big role in the cartoon series. It's more just about Itchy and Charlie, and Sasha plays a little bit role, and just their misadventures that they do. The intro movie and the intro theme song is pretty good. It's more mellow and just sets a tone for the show. It's it kind of gives you like a jazz feel with the soundtrack. From the few episodes that I watched, it had like a little bit of jazzy music, like kind of like I don't even know how to describe it, but like the whole like bar scene kind of thing, like that's the feel I got for it. A lot of the scenes were at this bar that I guess Sasha works at, and there's like a pool table and stuff. And that's another thing about the show, is it's more about the dogs, and there's like no owners, like they kind of have their own little town or whatever. So it's definitely a different feel than the movie. So hardcore fans might not be satisfied, but if you watched it, you get a satisfying experience out of it. And one thing that surprised me when I did some research, this show only had 3 seasons, and they had a Christmas special. But it ran from 1996 to 97 on ABC. Then it moved to Fox Family for a season, and then it kind of just died for a couple years. And then UPN picked it up in 2003, and then it finally died on Disney. So for a show that only had 3 seasons, it was in syndication a really long time, 10 years. I think, in my opinion, what kept it going for so long was probably just the fact of the movie. People could relate to the movie and they really wanted to see it, and so people were willing to pick it up. The different stations like UPN and Disney were willing to pick it up, give it some airtime. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about shows like this is when they take it from a movie and they make a cartoon series out of it. It just tends to not be as good as the movie, and I don't know, I just don't like it. Like, you take any Jim Carrey movie, like Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask. The cartoons were just terrible, didn't last for very long. This series is okay. If on a scale of 5 stars, I'd probably give it a 3. Like, probably more for a nostalgic factor and the fact that the music was pretty good. So anyway, yeah. Thanks John for the suggestion, and keep watching the show. Really appreciate you subscribing. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at another one here. Let's see here. Huey Lewis says, review Digimon, Gargoyles, Timon and Pumbaa, Transformers, Moo Mesa, and G.I. Joe. Thanks Huey for the suggestions. I know you've been a subscriber to the show, so I appreciate that. Now, a lot of these ones, like Gargoyles, Transformers, a lot of people have been sending me emails and comments saying, oh, can you review this? Like, those are the bigger ones. I'm going to do those eventually, give them their own separate review. But the one that caught my attention was Moo Mesa. I had never heard of that cartoon, and I've seen a lot of cartoons in my days. So when I watched this episode, like the theme song just like took me for a trip. It's a country theme, so the actual full title is called The Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa, and it's about these bulls or like cows, and they're cowboys. They just like kind of fight like robbers or whatever. But yeah, the music in this is sensational. It gives you the really good country feel. The theme song is really good. Whoever wrote this was really into it. I would check it out. Yeah, it was good. And then the actual show was even better. It had a wide cast of characters. There's like 3 main cowboys. There's like Dakota and Colorado, and then Moo Montana, who's the main character, and they fight villains. And then the villains are super diverse. They have like a bull, they have a snake character, a bat. They have all these characters, and they have all these other like minor characters that they just have their funny little moments. I would definitely say it's a utterly ridiculous show. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Anyway, now see, I think this would have been a really good idea for a movie. They should have just made this a new movie instead of making a cartoon series. It only lasted 2 seasons, which was really sad, because I only watched a couple episodes and I really enjoyed it. Because the cast of characters is diverse. They give a lot of backstory in all the episodes. It's just really entertaining, to me at least. So I think they probably could have done a really quality movie, The Cowboys of Moo Mesa. So, my opinion, I'd give this definitely 4 out of 5 stars. It's pretty quality. I think there's some VHS tapes floating around there. I don't think it was long enough on TV to get DVDs, but yeah, there's this guy that I found on YouTube that had quite a few of the episodes. He types in Spanish, but the actual episode is in English, so don't let that deceive you. If you can't get a hold of the VHS tapes, just check him out. He's got quite a few of them on there. So yeah, thanks Huey Lewis, and don't worry, I'll get to some of these other ones that you suggested. Alright, we got time for one more. Blue Dump Truck. Cool, let's see, what about Road Rovers? So Blue, thanks by the way for sending me all those videos that you have. They're pretty cool. Thanks for being such a big fan of Tailspin and the videos. So yeah, Road Rovers was one of the shows. I was looking at them, the ones that I was going to review today. There was Moo Mesa and there was All Dogs Go to Heaven. This was the only one I'd actually remembered watching. And if you have never seen it or never heard of it, this kind of came from the Warner Brothers studio. It was a lot like Animaniacs and Freakazoid. It kind of had like this wacky feel to it. A lot of the same voice actors. So the concept of Road Rovers was this professor invented this technology to make dogs or any kind of animal into like a humanoid. So there was a general that stole the technology, and so it's this professor against this general, and they're kind of at this war. One makes the dogs for good, one makes the dogs for evil, and that's kind of what the show is about. And so the professor, he gets this wide cast of characters. One guy that's kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, there's like this girl that's like kick-butt girl, you know, the golden retriever type mutt character, that's the leader. And then they have this guy, this muzzle guy that reminds me of Hannibal Lecter, all muzzled up, that's his name, Muzzle. Yeah, it's just funny. Oh, by the way, I was watching the first episode, and there's this really ridiculous scene in there. Here, check this out.
First, I want you to greet the members of your pack.
Yes, sir.
Well, hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hi there. Right. Hello.
Happy for meeting you.
Hi. Hello to you too.
Here, yeah.
Can you believe they had that in there? Talk about huge innuendo. Now, watching that from a little kid's perspective, I can't imagine myself ever getting that. But watching it now as a 22-year-old, I can totally appreciate that. And that was so funny. And there's a lot of little innuendo things like that throughout the show. So this is one of those that I think they tried to get the parents involved. So like it was like a family show. So not only did it have everything, a little thing for kids, it had some for the parents so they can appreciate. So I know I got a kick out of it. I would definitely rate this 4 out of 5 stars. It's not a tier 5. There's very few shows that I'm going to get a tier 5 rating to. You'll see in a couple weeks, probably, some of the shows that I think deserve a 5-star rating. But anyway, to everybody that sent me comments, suggestions, really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You'll know when I can get, when new videos come out. And please keep sending me suggestions for reviews, because yours might be on here. So anyway, thanks to Huey Lewis, John, and Blue Dump Truck. Thanks to all you guys for sending in suggestions. Anyway, yeah, thanks guys. This has been the Cartoon Fiend with my very first Viewer's Choice review, so look out for some of those coming soon. Thanks.